My name is Williams. I'm a Los Angeles skater, and I was a caregiver for my father. Growing up with my father, we had a fantastic relationship. Be honest with you, I think I had more fear of my mother than I had more fear of my father. My father was a Southern man, and he was a loving man, and he believed that a man took care of the house, and that's how we were raised. My father was the head of that house. I saw him starting to deteriorate, but because he did construction, I put it on the asbestos and things that he was around. Back then, they didn't have earplugs and back braces and things to cover their faces. They got out there and they worked. My father used to carry a hard on his shoulder. He was a laborer. I remember scaffolds in the backyard. I remember all those things. My father came home dirty, and that's what I remember was, he worked hard. So when things started happening, I just put it to the hard work that he had done. I didn't look at it as anything else other than that. But then I did start seeing changes. My sister saw it way before I did because even though she's not a nurse, but she was she did the financials for nursing homes that were going out of business. So she would keep the financials for them. So she understood a whole lot of things. So she saw it. She was doing things around the house. Even though she lived in Oklahoma, she came back and she was taking care of my parents because my son was still going through college. But she was seeing the changes in him. I remember her putting up the guardrails on the steps. We never had those before. I remember her taking the key and redoing the house, the garage, the gates. Everything had one key. She made one big giant Fisher-Price key, and I didn't understand what was going on. But then, you're right, somewhere along the line, she told me that, Lori, we need to talk. And my sister was, she was protective of me because she knew I was trying to put my son through college. But we had to have that talk. And that talk was, my dad has black lung. My father had glaucoma. He had his hands worked on, so he had carpal tunnel. But on top of that, he was also losing his memory. And that was a thing that we had to sit down and talk about.